There is a unique kind of pain that comes from being betrayed by someone you helped. It doesn't feel like ordinary disappointment, it doesn't feel very clear, personal, almost surreal, because betrayal from an enemy hurts, but betrayal from someone you lifted, supported, or protected makes you question your own judgment, your values, and sometimes even your worth. Psychologically, this kind of betrayal cuts deeper because it violates three fundamental human expectations: trust, reciprocity, and identity. First, trust. When we help someone, we don't just offer resources or time, we offer vulnerability. We lower our guard, we assume a shared moral space. Our brain registers that person as safe. So when betrayal happens, the nervous system doesn't react as it would to a stranger's harm. It reacts as if something inside the social order has collapsed. That's why people often feel shock before anger. The mind struggles to reconcile the contradiction. How could someone I helped harm me? Second, reciprocity. Human relationships are built on an unspoken rule. Kindness should not be taken for granted. When you help someone, your brain expects, at minimum, neutral behavior in return. Not loyalty, not repayment, just basic respect. Betrayal violates this expectation and creates what psychologists call moral injury, the deep distress that occurs when our core beliefs about fairness and goodness are shattered. And this is where self-blame often enters. Victims of betrayal by those they help frequently ask, was I naive? Was I weak? Did I give too much? But research shows that the problem is rarely excessive kindness. It is misplaced trust combined with power imbalance. Help can unintentionally create feelings of inferiority, envy, or resentment in the recipient. Instead of gratitude, the person may experience shame, and shame, when left unresolved, often transforms into hostility. This leads to the third psychological wound: identity disruption. Many helpers see themselves as loyal, compassionate, and fair. Betrayal forces a painful identity conflict. If I am good, and I did good, why was I hurt? The mind searches for meaning, and when it can't find it, it turns inward. That's why betrayal can lead to withdrawal, emotional numbness, or a refusal to help others again. Not because the person has changed, but because their sense of safety has been damaged. But here's the crucial truth: betrayal by those you help says more about their internal conflict than your character. It reveals unmet insecurities, fragile egos, and an inability to tolerate perceived dependence. Some people don't betray because you failed them. They betray because your support reminds them of what they believe they lack. Healing begins when we separate kindness from obligation. Helping someone does not guarantee loyalty. Compassion is not a contract, and boundaries are not a betrayal of your values. They are protection of them. The goal is not to become colder. The goal is to become wiser, to help without over-identifying, to give without expecting moral alignment, to trust but verify. Because the psychology of betrayal teaches us this: your capacity to help is a strength, but discernment determines whether that strength builds connection or invites harm. And learning that lesson doesn't make you bitter, it makes you resilient.